I've just sold my OP1 Field. I had it for 6-8 months or something, and I don't regret buying it, but equally I don't regret selling it. This is just a final overview of my thoughts on having actually owned an OP1 for half a year or so. Firstly, I'm just going to summarise this in a quick pretty much a minute, so if you can't be bothered to watch the full video, I'm just going to give a quick summary of it, because it's pretty basic. As a sampler, I love it. The inbuilt synth engines, I'm not too impressed with, to be honest. Nothing really blew me away. The sequencers and the effects, while there were some great ones, there were also some that I found pretty useless and just didn't use. So basically I found myself using the same few sequencers and the same few effects. The rest just didn't get a look in. Then there's the tape user interface, which I loved and hated in equal measure. It was great to be able to just record stuff on top of the tape, do endless overdubs, and then with the added feature they released a few months back where you can basically combine all 4 tracks into one track. You could create some crazy drum loop over all 4 bars and then simply just mix it down into one single track. It was great, but at the same time it was just frustrating trying to move move sections around, edit, copy, paste, get them in line. I'd constantly hit the wrong button, changing my in and out points. It was just it felt frustrating in a way that it was just frustrating basically. When it worked, it was amazing, but when it didn't, it was just a frustrating thing. So I mean, maybe that's down to my own incompetence. But yeah, so that's it basically. Summarised, the build quality is great, sampling great, inbuilt synth engines not that impressed with, and the tape and effects and sequences was hit and miss. So overall, that's a summary of it. But I will say, you had to sort of own one, or at least have some decent time with it to be able to understand how these things worked and see if they fit for you. I mean, that's the thing I got from it, is that just for me, it's just doesn't work for me really, not my sort of thing. I think one of the main things is that I've not travelled anywhere with it. Most of the time I've been using it, I've been sat at home. So when I'm sat at home using its synth engines, I mean, I'm sat next to a computer, I've got Machine and all these virtual synths. There's a lot more I can do on there than with the OP1 Field. It's a different experience. If you're out travelling with this thing, if I was doing a half-hour train journey each day, it would be amazing. I'd take it with me all the time. If you're off on a flight, you can just record tracks. It'd be great fun. But when you're sat at home, it sort of loses a lot of that appeal. And I think that's the problem, one of the issues it had for me. But anyway, I've sold it now, so it's gone from my life. But I definitely don't regret having had it, because I actually understand what it's about now. It was quite hard before. You see videos of people, even when they're demoing what it can do, until you actually get hands-on with this thing, it's hard to understand the workflow, the sounds, what it could achieve, and its limitations. So I mean, I've had that experience. I sold it on, made a small loss, but I mean, the price was pretty good. They go for a decent price pre-owned. So if you are really genuinely interested in getting one, you're not losing too much money if, like me, you decide it's not for me. But yeah, the stuff it does great. It's amazing at. The other stuff, yeah, not blown away with. And for the price, I really want to be blown away by it. So anyway, now the more exciting matter of what I'm actually going to buy instead to replace it. Now it's gone. But anyway, that's for a different day. The OP1 Field, a great synth if this sort of portable, all-in-one, everything is for you. But as a sampler, it is amazing. I can't stress that enough. I love it as a sampler. Loved it, and now lost it.